Turning the old 5.9 King Ranch Fum and Swap that people claim, oh, that's a tractor engine. That's a slow piece of garbage. You know it. That's why you're like breaking stuff, because you just want attention. Maybe. But yes, so we have a twin turbo setup here and governor springs to get on this girl. Twin turbo startage. Gotta look for leaks, see if we build boost, etc. But today, boys, we're going to be tackling a job that people claim is easy. And it probably is. I mean, I don't know because I've never done it or tried to do it. Just like the Cummins swap, though. I mean, I never tried to do one of those before, and I did this one. And people said I couldn't. People said it was easy, but it wasn't that easy. Let me tell you, I might have made it look easy, which is why people get mad and start hating and drop comments that are literally abysmal. That if you were in person and said something like that to me, I don't think you would actually say it, to be honest. But this $20 bag of springs, along with our turbo headlight, boys, could dang near double the potential of this girl. Look at this weld too. I mean, it's not terrible. People were laughing at that one down there. First guy ever. Oh yeah, she's a booger right to the turbo too. So I mean, kind of tough. Little extra work though, and we slowed down and got the hang of things here. So I mean, nothing you can't do if you don't want to. It's also recommended you should disconnect your batteries, because you do not want your engine to turn over while you're doing a job like this, because that would be catastrophic for you. I'm gonna risk it and probably not do that, but we'll see. First thing, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 on the oil dipstick tube. 10 millimeters to remove. And this is the map sensor, a boost gauge, and a pressure feed. I forget what for, actually. But yeah, we're gonna take all that off. Okay, so the air horn is off. That is actually the first time I've ever taken the air horn off this engine since I've owned this engine. And next we have one right there. It's hard to see because it's purple, but we have to take this shut-off solenoid off. So there's one 8mm. Let me show you. One 8mm. On the top, and then there's just a cotter pin on the actual rod on the bottom of the solenoid. And since this is a 6/4 swap truck, it's got the wire harness running right here, of course. I put that there. It's like, oh, that won't be in the way, because then I'll have my boost tube right here, and my air horn right here. But yeah, no, it's actually in the way, so that's annoying. I think we can work around it, but maybe not. So we have our two 8mm out of our fuel shutoff solenoid. The pin disconnected from the top there. Next, there's a 5/16 right where my finger is. And it takes off the bracket for the fuel shutoff, so slide that out. This little guy right here is going to be right underneath what connects to your fuel solenoid, so it's going to be in the truck like this. And then it's going to have this 5/16 nut, little bolt on the side like that. You can just loosen it. I took mine all the way out, and then you pop this off. So that comes out and it gives you access to this 22mm cap, threaded cap. So on the side, on the actual side of our injection pump, this is almost impossible to show you guys to get good light in here for some reason. So, oh God, there's the governor spring, right there. That copper pin right in the center of the screen. That is what the solenoid shut-off switch connects to. So that's what you're prying the piece I just showed you off of. And then the 22mm cap threads right into this hole. So there's your spring there. And you have to rotate the engine by turning over the front of the crank, which I'll show you in a second, until this spring lines up perfectly with the center hole. But so you're gonna put a bar right on the crank, and I saw a power-driven diesel video on a 6/4 swap Cummins, exactly sort of like this on the front end, and they took apart literally everything. They actually even drained the intercooler, they drained the radiator, all the coolant out. But so underneath the truck here, you're gonna put a socket and a nice long bar like so onto the front crank, so you can have access to get on a creeper and get down here and crank over the motor. Okay, so 22mm plug used to go right here is removed. Pin for the shutoff solenoid removed right here. This is the cap. We used a flathead to stick into this groove and loosen the wobble pin on the top there. A lot of people use a magnet just to avoid dropping this nut inside of the actual pump while you're taking it off. I don't have a very good magnet, so I've been trusting myself and using my fingers. Stuff. Hello? And there we go, boys. See that? In here. There's the first guy. Governor springs right here. There's only the two. There's a bigger one on the outside. Don't touch that. These are the two in the middle that we've been replacing. So this is the factory setup. It's like this. So you have your two springs. These are the seats on the bottom, and these seats, if I can get it to these seats. Focus. See that? They have little shims on the bottom. These things are deadly. You do not want to drop one of these when you're pulling this off the stud inside the P7100 pump. we saw. Carving a pumpkin. This guy. It's confusing, but intercooler is sweeping up and down between this guy, or to this guy. And then the air has got to go to the cold side of this turbo, and the hot side of the other turbo has to go there. And if we can make that happen, we should be able to get a turbo in the headlight.